Today we pedal to Centennial Park in breathtaking Coronado Island, overlooking the dramatic skyline of downtown San Diego. We revisit our good friend and mentor, Refugio, a professional cyclist who shares his insight with us. We also meet Joe, inventor from Revolution Kites, and Hella, yoga instructor, content creator, and world traveler.
Well, here we are. We're so lucky to be here with my good friend Refugio. We're going to revisit Refugio today, right now, and we're at the Coronado Ferry Landing, which Refugio recommended. And wow, tell us more about this wonderful spot here.
Well, the ferry landing here is the main spot for tourists who come across from either two spots on San Diego side. Broadway, which is the main boulevard over here where all the ships are, and the Midway is there. It's a nice place to go as a tourist. Or people come from the convention center, or the other side of it is Padre Park. So this is really a gathering place for tourists. And those who do the ferry boat, I think, do the right thing, because if you drive to Coronado, it's very hard to get a place to park. The other thing, but the problem I find when I ride the ferry boat with these tourists is they don't know what to do when they get here. So they walk off the ferry. Maybe Chris can take a picture of this, show the ferry landing walkway here. But they walk off, and the first thing they do is walk up to that sign there. It doesn't say much. And then they don't know which way to go.
I believe it. So
I always tell the people, go right and go to Centennial Park. Because Centennial Park is where Coronado developed the ferry lines for carrying cars and trucks and buses even, people who wanted to come to Coronado. This is the main spot for arrivals. But I like all of Coronado, and most of the people who come here that are already read up on things to do in Coronado will want to go to the Hotel del Coronado. Yeah. And right now the Hotel del Coronado is celebrating Jane Mansfield. Her 100th birthday was just a week ago.
I think you're an octogenarian, am I correct?
I'm 85.
85. I was just guessing. I told Chris, I think he's 82.
85.
85. But my goodness, what is your secret? Did I go into that our last visit?
What is your question? But I think the way I live, I've always lived happily. I've always lived doing something daily. I've always bicycled, and I've always just moved around without sitting around the house.
Yes, yes.
And the other reason for getting out of the house is my wife will find something for me to do, and if I stay there, I'll have to do it.
You'll have to do it.
So I'd rather get on the bike and go pedaling and see what I can enjoy, other than sweeping the backyard, raking the leaves, cleaning the poop from the birds that fly in the big tree. I'd rather bike.
Refugio was the one that advised us, suggested that we get these neon jackets, because we were totally unprepared, to be seen and safe.
The main thing about biking for me is, number one, cover your head. It's a brain bucket. If anything, you can find your brains in one place if you crash.
Good analogy.
Secondly, you won't have a brain concussion. And the other reason you want to do that is so other people don't bike into you. You want to be seen. Yes. And the most obvious you are, the less likely somebody will run into you. However, right now with the e-bikes, and there are many now, and they're available all around, young kids have to learn lessons about biking. They have a helmet. I've seen them wear their helmet, but they don't put on the chin strap.
Well, I have to ask you, because this was on my bucket list of questions. You mentioned on our last visit that you would bicycle 20 miles a day. Am I right?
Yeah, I do, because in the morning it's really easy to get on my bike and just keep pedaling. And the more yard work there is, the farther I pedal.
One last comment that I wanted to make. We spoke with you before you were on camera, and you mentioned how important it was to hydrate. And can we get that point across to our viewers, because it's so important, right?
Well, I'm going to mention hydration because I really didn't pay much attention to it. But as you get older, you sweat, and your body depletes itself of vitamins and minerals that keep your brain going. And I was doing the 4th of July parade photography, and all 4 hours long I'm riding doing the photography up and down to make sure the photos are being done. And then I started getting sick. And then at the close, I said, I told the other photographers that I had to excuse myself. So I went home and I collapsed. And then my wife took me to the hospital, and I had dehydration. And if you let that go, you can die.
Yeah,
It's very serious. And so now everybody that's an athlete and doing exercises, and even bicyclers, will know to drink, always carry a big flask of water. And you'll see young people that are carrying drugs.
Well, remember that, folks, and like I always say, write that down. It's so important to hydrate. It's a life and death situation, and I'm glad you're still here.
Hey,
Aren't we all?
I think I'm here. The brain kind of goes too.
Well, Cassie, I'm going to get him back home so he can get to work for you, okay? So we'll leave it at that. But thank you so much, Refugio.
Good to see you. Yeah.
So happy we could run into you again. Okay, here we are, still at the Coronado Ferry Landing, and I'm talking with...
Joe Hedzicki of Coronado.
From Coronado. And I understand, a little bird told me that you invented the kite. Is that true?
That is true. I own the Revolution Kite Company here in San Diego, and we've been doing kites for about 35 years.
And how did this all develop? I'm fascinated.
Oh, that's a long question. I was an engineering student up in Santa Barbara, came down, saw a guy flying a kite, and it was dragging him down the beach, and he was about your size, and I went, whoa, that's a real kite. So I started playing with them, and then I decided I wanted more control. I'm an engineer, so I redesigned it and came up with a new design. And there's one in the Smithsonian, actually.
Tell me about this deal.
This is an electric unicycle. This is my fourth one. This one goes about 32 miles an hour, and it's good for practicing balance, but it's just so fun to ride around. I ride it every single day. It's almost like just flying through space. Let me give you a quick demo.
Yeah, thank you. Chris will follow you.
I can kind of ride with one foot.
I'm amazed. Did it take long to learn this technique or what?
I think it's more of a mental challenge. If you think you can do it, you can probably do it. And if you think you're not going to be able to do it, you probably can't do it.
Well, that would be me. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this, and it's a pleasure meeting you. All right, can you tell by the sound of that boat back there, or ship, whatever it is? We're still at the ferry landing here in Coronado. How about that? And I'm speaking with Hella. Hi, Hella.
Hi, lovely to meet you both. Welcome to Coronado.
Thank you so much. And tell us a little bit about Coronado. How did you find this place, and what do you like best about it?
How did I find Coronado? So I used to live in San Diego, just across the bay, and I used to teach yoga here on the islands, just a hotel just down the street, and that's where I met lots of beautiful people from the island, along with my godparents, padrinos, and they would always just invite me back to the island, so I would come back. And then I moved away from San Diego, and now I come back annually. And my favorite thing about the island is that you can get around on the island by foot, bicycle, skateboard, really everything. It's a beautiful island. There's lots to do. The beach, you got the pools if you like to swim. There are always events at the park, live music. I mean, the list is really endless.
Now, I was told that you recently traveled from Bali. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I moved to Bali 8 years ago, and so I've been coming in and out of Bali, coming back to San Diego or Coronado every year. Bali is a whole different climate. It's a tropical setting, lots of wild monkeys, along with snakes. We definitely have got a few cobras as well. But Bali is definitely a beautiful place as well. I love it. I live in the south of Bali because I love to surf. Always loved California. I've always identified more with California. I've been coming here since I was little, really, and I always wanted to live here. So after I graduated from uni, I lived in Chicago for some time, and then I came out to the West Coast again, and it always just felt like home. So I lived in a smaller beach town called Pacific Beach, which is just up the road. But as I said, I was working across, actually just right there at that hotel across the bay, and I used to teach yoga here, and that's when I became part of the community on Coronado, and it's just always been another home for me. So I love coming back here because there's nothing better than going down Orange Avenue and having people wave at you and say, welcome home. Yeah, definitely make your way over to Coronado. Summers are beautiful. Always check out the music in the park. Stunning, and fireworks, and then you can take a ferry to the mainland if you want to. And it was lovely to meet you as well.
Thank you so much.
So nice. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it.